Welcome to the LUXE Bidet Neo 120 Blue DIY installation guide. Inside the box you should find a universal mounting plate that should work on most standard toilets. This mounting plate comes with a couple chrome dials and other mounting components. Also included, you should have a few U-wrenches, a water hose, a T-valve which will connect to your existing water supply, and some Teflon tape. And the owner's manual. Alright, so we're going to begin by locating the water shutoff valve behind your toilet. You're going to want to turn that valve clockwise to close it and prevent any water flow during our installation. We're going to be removing that hose, and so you're going to want to turn the valve off and then flush the toilet to empty the tank. And this should remove most of the water. I'm going to recommend using a towel when you remove that hose and a bucket. Next, we're going to remove the toilet seat. You're going to want to expose the bolt that's attaching the toilet seat. As you can see, I've removed a few caps. And then you're going to want to see what kind of bolt you have there. So the particular bolt that I have, it requires me to use an Allen wrench. And I'm using a vice grip because to hold the nut that's under the toilet, because I think it was some strange plastic attachment under there. Otherwise I would have used probably a U-wrench if there was some sort of square or hexagonal nut under there. Once you get your toilet seat cover removed, I would recommend cleaning out all the growtiness that you might find after you remove the toilet seat cover, and then placing your bidet attachment over that area and aligning it with the holes and getting familiar with the hole attachment. And then what you're going to do is either use the same nut and bolt that was used to attach your toilet seat, or like me, you're going to buy a new nut and bolt system. I bought the wrong one. I bought a tank to bowl, but it still worked, and I bought some extra washers. To reattach the toilet seat, I'm going to put my bolt in first, hold the toilet seat up, and then place my washers on the bolt. I'm going to put the metal washer on first, then the rubber gasket to help seal the opening. The metal washer distributes the load. Then I'm going to place the bolt into the opening demonstrated here. And then on the other side, you're just going to slip the washers, the two washers, under the toilet seat, in between the bidet attachment and the toilet seat, as shown and demonstrated here. And then really it's an adjustment, just an adjustment, slow tightening adjustment process. I forgot to show you how I also attached a nut on the bottom with a washer. And like I said, you're going to want to be tightening not all the way on one side at once, but tightening evenly and adjusting as you go and testing it out, and then simply just putting everything back together as it was. And just a reminder, we're going to make sure we're turning off the cold water supply to the toilet, and putting a towel down and putting a bucket down. And you don't necessarily need the bucket, but if you've turned off the cold water supply, then you really shouldn't have, and flush the toilet, you really shouldn't have that much water. As you can see here, I just had a few dribbles left in my water tank. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our plumber's tape. This is also known as Teflon tape. It creates a watertight seal between your threaded pipes and fittings. And this is going to help with the attachment process here of our T adapter. As you attach the T-adapter, you're going to be adjusting as you go. As demonstrated here, you're going to want it to be facing a certain way for the hoses to be easily reattached. And here I am reattaching the water supply hose and adjusting as I go. Okay, so this cold water hose actually has two different sized ends. One end is a 1/2 inch, the other end is 1/4. You're going to put the 1/2 inch side to the T-adapter. And once again, you're going to want to put the 1/4 inch side of the hose to the bidet inlet. You can use this wing nut that they provide, and I'm just demonstrating to show you how that would work. So that's pretty much it. This is your nozzle guard gate. It's a single nozzle design, so basically that guard gate protects the nozzle. You can use this control panel to turn on the self-cleaning system, and one knob will turn that self-cleaning system on. One knob will adjust the water pressure. Now I'm turning the knob for active use, and once I turn this water pressure knob, it's going to shoot water, and it just shot water all over me. And there you go. That's how it works. Thanks for watching.